Okay, as promised, I'm back. I traveled all the way from Sholinganallur and I'm right now in Abhinavapuram, right in the heart of Chennai. And I'm here to visit another Golu. And I'm here at Sangeeta ji's place. And let's see what we have here. Welcome to another episode of Golu Hopping for this Navarathri 2019 as part of the Celebrating Chennai talk show. And thanks for all the love we received so far. A lot of nominations on inbox and in our comments. Yes, we are making time to visit all the Golus as much as possible. We'll talk to you, find out a suitable time and place, and come and visit your Golu. Right now, we are visiting one in Abhinavapuram. Let's go and see what we have here. We have with us Sangeeta ji.
Hi.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mama.
Jai Gurudev, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, so thank you very much for inviting us to your Golu. It looks beautiful. So, this entire thing was done by you?
That's right, yes. Come.
Okay.
So, the theme for the year is Samay, Kaal, Yug, all of which means time.
Okay.
So, if you look at our Puranas, the importance of time is always been stressed upon. So, I took that as the base for the entire Guru. So, Samay is the present time, in Art of Living, we say, live in the present moment. Now, Kaal is a little longer, and Yug is, of course, many years put together. So, if you notice, I'm starting off with Krishna, where Krishna says, I am time. Now, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said, I am time, simply because he is stressing again on the importance of time.
Okay.
See, time is something not within our control.
Yeah.
Whatever actions you can do, time cannot be controlled. Right? So, you need to respect time. And that is exactly what Krishna has said, and we need to respect God. Okay, so that is Krishna saying, I am time. And then you have another Krishna, if you look at his vision, he is very focused.
Yeah.
So you need to be focused in whatever you do.
Okay.
Right? So I said, that's time for focus. The Krishna there with the cow, I said it's time for hobbies. And you know why? Krishna plays the flute, music. We have our satsangs too, right?
Yeah.
So it is important to devote time for your hobbies as well. Okay. So Krishna plays the music and he's also the cowgirl.
Yeah.
Right? So it is important to spend time on your hobbies as well. So you balance on being focused in achieving what you want and ensuring your performance is at its peak. At the same time, you balance with your hobbies so that your right brain and the left brain that's functioning.
Wow.
And then as Kalinga Nardana, Krishna is standing on the snake and he's taming the snake, which is something, an evil thing here.
Yeah.
So I said it's time up for the evil because the God is here and he knows how to put them in control.
That's almost a fair chunk of Bhagavatam, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like
right.
almost having a quick 101 lesson of Bhagavatam. Folks, for knowing Bhagavatam describes the Krishna's life and a lot of his histrionics in detail. Very wonderful read. Go out and check out some of the most authentic works written out there. And moving on. So a little about Sangeeta ji. So she's one of the most famous guests on the show so far. Sangeeta ji is a CFO and executive director of Dun & Bradstreet. She is an author of 2 books and a very busy mother, and yet she's made time for us. Thank you very much for that. So a little about you. So could you tell us more about what? Apart from what I said, could you tell a little more about yourself?
Right. I am also a high-performance business coach from International Coach Federation. And my books, the first book is called A Glance at the Unknown. It's a spiritual thriller. And the second book, being a finance person, I had to write on finance. So it's called What the Finance. So it's become a bestseller. So I didn't quite expect it. So I was very thrilled about it. And Glance at the Unknown got me an award as one of the 100 inspiring authors of India.
Wow. So, why, and despite that she has time for this beautiful goal, how much time did it take you?
To be honest, it didn't take me too much time because I didn't have too much time. And I said that's exactly another reason why I should, theme it on time.
Yeah.
So if I can just continue with...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
Okay. So here is Lakshmi Narayan. So, be it Lakshmi Narayan or Gauri Shankar, they are always together. So I said it's time for togetherness because your family is important as well and you need to spend time with family, right? And then this is Panduranga. There's a nice little story of Panduranga. So there was this very ardent devotee called Pundalik, right? And he was busy serving his parents. And Krishna was so impressed with him. So he decided to visit Pundalik. So when Krishna comes, Pundalik was busy serving his parents. So he tells Krishna, he gives him a piece of brick, and then he says, please wait there, I'm busy serving my parents. So the Lord patiently waits till he serves his parents, and then Pundalik visits Krishna, and then he says, I'm sorry, I was busy serving my parents. So God was very patient, and he waited for his devotee. And when Krishna asked him, what do you want? Pundalik said, please be here and bless all the devotees in this form. So that is the story, and I've said time to be patient, because these days everything is in an instant, in a jiffy, instant gratification.
Yes.
So this is in contradictory. So it says time to be patient.
Yes.
And then here is Vishnu now, you've been having Ativardhar also, lying down. So this concept I said is time is infinite, because he is on Adisheshan, lying down on the snake. Now Seshan means infinite. And even if you notice the snake, the way it's coiled is in the shape of infinity, as an 8. So I said its time is infinite. And of course, Radha Krishna, timeless love, eternal love, right? So that I have said is timeless. Moving on, this is a bit of Tiruvannamalai, one of the Panchabhuta Stalas. Now even this has a little story to it. Parvati, in Kailash, she just closes Shiva's eyes just for a moment.
Yeah.
And what happens? The entire universe is plunged with darkness. So there's no light, so everybody prays to Shiva. And Shiva then takes the form of Jyoti, or a light, and he comes on top of Arunachala hills, takes the form of a Jyoti, and he lights up the entire universe. And thereafter, he merges with Parvati, and that is Ardhanarishwarar. This is the Tiruvannamalai story.
Beautiful.
Right? And then continuing with Nataraja. Nataraja actually dances on a demon called Apasmara.
Yeah.
Apasmara is ignorance.
Yes.
So it's time to get rid of ignorance and suppress ignorance.
Yeah.
And then I have Durga Lakshmi Saraswati. Time to be courageous. Time is precious.
Yeah, of course.
Time is money too. And time for knowledge. All these three are important. We need to also ensure there's time for prayers.
Yes.
So it's time to pray. And this is the Kalasam.
Yes.
Now the Kalasam, that if you notice, they have grains inside.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And yes, on top of the Gopuram on the temples, you have the Kalasam, the grains. And the grains actually act as a source of energy. Right? Now if you know the Kumbhabhishekans,
yes,
every 12 years it's done simply because the grains need to get re-energized. So, and you need to renew the grains, replace the grains. So I've said this is time for renewal, and even us as individuals, we need to keep renewing and recharging.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I do my pranayama, Bastrika and Sudarshan Kriya every day. Yeah. So time for renewal.
I will come to that a little later, but let me ask you a question. In spite of this being a major theme of time, you quietly slipped in other themes like which are representing. Like for example, we've almost covered 2 Panchabhuta Sthalams.
Right.
We've almost covered, like the time lapse of Krishna, like right from there's Vitova, there is Radha Krishna, there is Perumal. So we've quietly slipped in a few. What do you say? Mangalasana Divya Desams. So I can see multi-themes here actually.
But everything revolves around time. Time is the base, the foundation, and everything seems to be revolving around that.
Beautiful. So I'll not stop you while you continue to explain your goal.
So I have also said it's important to meditate. So however busy you are, I think it's important to meditate. So I said time to meditate. And Shiva is the yogi. He's meditating. So I think it will be good for us to follow suit as well.
Yeah, and I would not say like they say dance like a Punjabi, eat like a Gujarati, and you should pray like a Tamilian. Like imagine the amount of bhakti, the love that is infused into this place, right? And of course it epitomizes worship, like the Panchabhuta Sthalams or most of the Mangalas and Divya Desams, or some of the most Shakti Peethas are right here in Tamil Nadu, in almost like an overnight journey from Chennai. So moving on, I'll not stop you. Please continue.
Right. So this is the Dasavathaaram, and this depicts the yugas. Now, the first 4 avatars depicts the Satya Yuga.
Yeah.
And then you have the Treta Yuga, the next 3. The next 2 are the Dwapara Yuga, and of course now it's the Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
And if you notice what has been said is यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लामिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. So he has said, whenever there's too much evil, whenever there's lack in spirituality, at that time I will come, right? So that is when each avatars have been happening. So again, time concept is built there, apart from the yugas, right?
Coincidentally, it also happens to be my favorite, verse from the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, lovely.
Nice. Yeah, of course, it symbolizes the entire essence of Bhagavad Gita very beautifully. Like there are a few verses, and timely brought it up. It's so wonderful that as just to recollect from one of my previous conversations, so many themes have managed to stash into this beautiful thing. And I don't think this has been done for you. So much thought has gone into this. We've been very humble that I spent very little time on this. But I see there's so much amount of modern aspects to it. There's a body clock. I see
Yes.
this.
So wait, before I even go to that, there's one more thing.
Okay.
This is the Kaal chakra or the time wheel.
Okay.
Now this depicts the cycle of birth and rebirth.
Okay.
So that is the Kala chakra. And down you notice is goddess Kali. She is the goddess of time.
Yeah.
So Durga Puja
Yes.
that we do. So Kali, Kaal again, part of time. Right. So all those are part. And my Rangoli is again the Kaal chakra. I've done it with seeds.
Okay. What seeds are these?
Oh, I don't know the name.
Okay.
But I think what we use for Ganesha's eyes and all that,
Those ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
got it.
It's the one you use that Pullanguril.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know the
those
name. That's
the
right.
games, yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
the alien voice you're hearing is our
Aditya.
director of photography for the day, Aditya Narayan,
Director of
also a very
videography.
beautiful singer who would later appear again alienly while the Mangalarti is being done.
Right. So, like you said, let me come to this part. This is the time clock, which I'll allow my mum to explain. And maybe I'll just finish with this.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So, I have said you also needs to be creative. So, time for creativity. This is the Marapachi or, the wooden dolls. Right? So, you can dress them up as creatively as you can. And so, I've just done like a small prayer scene here. And
Just like how your Golu is very creative.
oh, thank you. Right. And then, of course, this is the Egyptian scene,
Yes.
wonders of the world, and the Taj Mahal as well. Timeless beauties, I would say.
Yeah.
They are still wonders. They were built so many years ago, and they are timeless beauties.
Wonderful.
I've kept a little universe here just to depict the day and night.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
the time factor. And of course, the hourglass, again denoting time. And this is our planets, the Navagrahams, because they also have an influence on the time.
Yes.
So so I have kept this as well.
Yeah. And to recollect, there are 9 temples, 9 Shiva temples dedicated to the Navagrahas, right?
I think so.
Located,
I suppose.
Yeah.
I think they are all forming in the straight.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're located, so for viewers watching, they're located in and around Kumbakonam, and that's a beautiful trip if you're planning to do that. It's an overnight journey from Chennai and a greatly gratifying experience if you're troubled a little bit Shani or a little bit by Mangal. You can definitely visit these temples. Okay, so I wouldn't waste much time by asking you to introduce me to your mom.
Oh yes, sure. I have great pleasure introducing my mother. She's the backbone of my, everything that I do, and she is also a color therapist. So and
That's why both of you are color coordinated today.
so she will talk to you about the body clock.
Okay.
Just again, time and Samay. So if you can just quickly explain
Yes,
that.
thank you.
So thank you, Sukanyaji, again for taking time to be part of our Golu hopping episode 2. So this is a very, so just to, as I was telling prior to the show started, this is a way we relive most of our heritage and culture as part of our Celebrating Chennai talk show. And Navarathri 2019, we get to meet you. So without any much delay, you could tell us more about the work.
It is always Sangeeta who plans for Navarathri.
Okay.
And till the last moment, we won't know what is she going to do.
I myself wouldn't know.
She herself says she doesn't know. So I keep out all the dolls and she will select and pick up whatever that's relevant, and she does. So she finished doing all that. But my contribution was nothing. So suddenly I thought, why not I put the body clock, because it goes well with the gels with the time.
Yeah.
So, we have all organs in our body. Now, to start with lungs. Lungs peak performance is between 3 to 5. Then large intestine is 5 to 7. Stomach is 7 to 9, and that's why we have our breakfast between 7 to 9. Then spleen, then heart, small intestine, urinary bladder, kidney, pericardium, triple wormer, gallbladder, liver. Then again it goes like this. So
Okay.
it's very important that people do everything according to the time, which is not being done these days due to various reasons.
Yeah, I totally emphasize that, like to quote a few of the reasons, they say you have to sleep 8 hours a day from the recommended time of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or picking up your breakfast
Correct.
quite early. That really synchronizes with the fact Sukanya was
Which actually means we are supposed to be sleeping right now.
Yeah, but we've also decided to cover this episode a little late because to ensure that the visitors at the Mumbai Golu and that one at Gandhi Jayanti do not get affected, so that they'll also have all the time to explain us the most thought through and the love infused Golu. So yeah, so you could tell us more.
Yes, that is it. That's it I wanted to say, because this is the only contribution that I have done. And I was very happy she allowed. They were all making fun of me, but then ultimately they agreed to put it up.
Old is gold, so it's you are like so. I mean, in spite of there's so much explanation, this summarizes. So, any interesting health tips you have from the old times that we can follow and which can be useful for all of us? Any interesting health tips?
Yeah. See, the entire body is represented in our hands. So every day morning, if everybody could twist your fingers, all the fingers.
Okay.
This takes care of the entire body.
Okay.
Entire organs are in the body.
Okay.
So twist all the fingers, both hands, then clapping. Clapping is very good because all the organs here
Okay.
get stimulated. It's acupressure.
Okay. Interesting.
Acupressure. So that one tip immediately since you asked me, that came to my mind.
No, it's totally appreciated.
Yes.
I mean, I've come to see and cover the Golu, but I'm getting a lesson in history, I'm getting a lesson in geography, I'm getting a lesson even on health and lifestyle as well.
And
Yes.
since we actually agreed that time is money,
Yes.
so that means this is a free thing which you can do to take care of your body.
Body. Yes,
Exactly.
body is
So
good. And also
you'll save a lot of time.
this
Absolutely.
way also you can do, because when you press, the liver and all gets pressed here.
Mhm.
So this way also you will, and there is lungs and heart meridian goes here. So cupping and tapping.
Okay, that is very interesting. So, in fact, I will ask you for an entire show where you can give us more
Sure.
insights about acupressure and all
Sure,
of that.
sure.
Yeah. So I mean, of course, as you were telling, Golu or Mumbai Golu is like been an integral part of your growing up years, and also you spent a lot of time in your childhood. So, any interesting stories on how your relationship with the Golu has been?
Oh yes, I think it was introduced to me by my mom because since the time I've been a little girl, I always remember keeping Golu year on year, and I used to quite fancy, dressing up in different styles of saris and everything, and go around. It was a good time to gather with friends and family. So that culture has always been there. And then 8 years I was in South Africa.
Okay.
Right, and there of course I wasn't keeping Golu, but I used to invite people over for Betlapaka and other things, so that way it was good. So I did want to continue the tradition of keeping Golu, and I said if I have a daughter, I should definitely continue. And both my children were born there. The first was a son, and the second was a daughter. And just when she turned 1, I came back to India.
Okay.
So then I said, I have a daughter, I have
The legacy
have
is
had
taken care
Golu,
of.
yes, every year, so let me continue. So since the time I came back, every year I've been having Golus, and I think for the last 5-6 years I've been having different simple themes, a more contemporary style, to see how I can match.
Like if I remember last year was very pertinent. It was about water conservation.
Okay.
So that was something which struck me because I think it was very timely that you had done it last year with water conservation, because this year we all know what
We all went through a very
happened
dark
in.
period where Chennai was through a severe water crisis.
Now,
Touch wood, we are
God bless,
Yes.
we have recovered.
ample rainfall. So what are your environmental inputs for this year with this Golu?
So this year my return gifts are tulsi plants.
Oh wow, wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm
Tulsi emits oxygen at night. Tulsi is the only plant
Yeah.
which emits oxygen at night. So it's always good to have tulsi at home.
Yeah, and
and
Tulsi
it
of
also
course
has
is,
medicinal values as well.
and
yeah.
it's important for all our throat, nose,
Yes.
and everything.
Yes,
And
very
of course,
much.
it doesn't hurt if you just pluck a few leaves and eat. It's
Yes.
just so divine.
With reverence.
Yeah, of course, with reverence. Okay. So you were telling about, of course, I mean, I can see the amount of efficiency which went into building the goal. So, yeah, of course, as I was just saying, you are a high performance business performance coach. You are a CFO. CFO, I know it's, and that means you have been a very successful chartered accountant, and of course, you've authored a couple of books. One of them being a bestseller. You've been on multiple conferences, and of course, you're a very happy person and a very busy mother. So, how do you make time and be effective in all of this? What is the secret?
Oh, the secret is very simple. I ensure however busy I am, I'm able to set aside 15-20 minutes at least each morning, and I do my Sudarshan Kriya, my Pranayama Bhastrika Sudarshan Kriya, and depending on the time I have, some bit of meditation as well.
Okay.
So I think this takes me through the entire day, and I feel energetic. I know how to balance. Things just happen. So
She's very punctual in that,
Yeah,
Come
whatever
what may,
happens,
I was shouting to have call her for breakfast. She will not come till she finishes.
So every day I ensure I do that. That is the biggest secret. And of course, the second minor secret is I don't watch TV. Or I'm not addicted to any of these
Soaps.
Netflix or absolutely. For the last 15 plus years, I have not been into any of it. So I think that has saved a whole lot of time for me.
Okay.
I'm sure even punctuality is something as Indians we all need to
Yeah, I know.
learn.
We need to take lessons. If from successful people, we pick up these lessons. So, obviously, we can see the kind of the creative structure in which you've built up your Golu, or the aspect of there's so much of amount of creative input which go into building a book or getting it approved by a publisher. It's a lot of skill infusion, right? So, do you say that your practices have helped you stay creative?
Definitely, undoubtedly. In fact, to be honest, most of these themes just come to me when I sit for meditation. So I don't even like to sit and struggle to see what, and it just happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's a secret to being innovative, to secret to being creative. Meditate regularly. Our meditation courses start as early as 8 years old, and you know where to pick up your practice and stay creative. It's the meditation part. So moving on, so you are into a very crucial leadership role, a very high level role in your organization, and of course it's about the aspect of management comes in. How do you handle these conflicts, or how do you handle these ambiguities at workplace?
Just go with the flow.
Okay.
Just go with the flow. Don't try to do anything different, or I think your attitude is important, and your PR, your personal relationship with people, because end of the day, I think it's all the relationships that matter. So once you have a good rapport and you're able to build and have a cordial relationship with the people around you, I think things tend to fall in place.
Okay. So again, you're trying to subtly slip in the aspect of time into this effectiveness of managing, staying relevant at your work. It's very interesting. So so since you're a CFO, any interesting financial insights or any financial tips for the
Again, I'll relate that also to time. Time is a cost as well.
Yes, I do agree.
Yeah, so many people tend to miss that because you just think time is unlimited.
Yes.
While time depends for what, could be unlimited, but time is also a cost, and I think people have to be very conscious about this, especially business owners, because the faster you finish the project, within the time, again, the costs related is just for the specific period. If you want to keep prolonging, your costs are also going to increase. Similarly, you take a loan, and then when you're repaying it, you're repaying much more, the interest charges. And why does that happen? Because of the time factor.
Yeah.
So time is a cost. We just need to be cognizant of that when it comes to a business.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, we started with a Golu theme, we moved to health, we've come to take lessons in leadership and finance. This episode can go on and on, but I assure you that we'll have a specialized episode to talk more about finance, more about leadership. So your relationship with the art of living, as you've mentioned that it has been very vital to your professional and personal success and the kind of aspirations you've had in life. So, what plans ahead? Like, what do you have more books in pipeline? What's happening?
I just go with the flow. So, the important thing is to take your next step. So, whatever happens, I go with the flow. I ensure that I'm able to take the next step and move on. I think that itself is a big thing for anybody, not just for me. So, to know what is the next move that you want to do, I think if you are aware of it, do it with awareness and go with the flow. I think that recipe works for me.
Yeah.
Maybe in time we'll know
Absolutely.
what is in store for us.
Thought for the day: go with the flow.
Yes.
Okay, so
And
thank
go
you.
with the time.
Go with
Be
the-
conscious of the time. Time is precious. Time is money. So respect time.
And thank you, Sukanyadi. Thank you, Sangeeta, for taking time for inviting us over to cover your Golu. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's such a very unique setup this time, and we are very honored to have you on our show. Thank you again for coming, and Jai Gurudev. So thanks again for joining us on this episode. We're not done yet. There's much of Navarathri to be covered, and if you want your Golu to be featured, key in your message to us in the inbox or comment below. We'll get in touch with you, set up a suitable time and place, and follow. Keep following Golu Hopping for this season, and another episode of Celebrating Chennai and Golu Hopping will be back soon. Thank you very much for watching. Jai Gurudev.